A man charged with shooting a deputy during a traffic stop confessed to the shooting today while appearing in federal court. The shooting happened 18 months ago and shut down I-95 in Nash County at the time. WRAL's Keenan Willard was the only TV reporter in court today when the suspect was convicted. And right after the verdict, Keenan spoke with a deputy who was shot. Here's the story you will see only on WRAL.
Well, I think the big moment was the confession on the stand.
Nobody was expecting this. 34-year-old Javon Ford is charged with shooting a Nash County deputy 4 times after being stopped for speeding on I-95 last February. William Toney was shot in both arms and the hip. He credits the department's emergency response training for getting him first aid on the scene.
Now, I think that was a big part of why we survived what happened to us that day.
Well, we trained for stuff like that, but you know, reality hits when it's you, or when it was me, so. And it sucks because my partner's not able to come back to work anymore. And losing a partner is never easy.
Today, Javon Ford went to trial in federal court, charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm in connection with the shooting. Ford chose to go without an attorney and represent himself. While questioning one of the deputies, he repeatedly mentioned that he'd had a gun on him during the incident. Judge Terrence Boyle said, "You understand this is about whether you're a felon in possession of a firearm, correct? And you just admitted you had a firearm several times." Ford later took the stand as a witness and fully confessed to having a handgun and shooting the deputy. It took 12 minutes for the jury to return their verdict. Guilty.
Today was a good day. Today was a good day for law enforcement. Today was a good day for our criminal justice system because 12 average citizens served as jurors and they found the defendant guilty of being a felon in possession of a firearm.
After the trial, we spoke with Ford's father, who says his son needs an attorney but has fired everyone that's been assigned to his case. Jake Ford says his son's a disabled veteran who struggled with his mental health.
He does have some issues as far as psychologically. From when he was in service.
The Nash County Sheriff says today's verdict sends a message after weeks of violence against law enforcement.
We've had 2 incidents in North Carolina in the last month where these officers leave their home, shut the door, and someone else has to go into that home because they never make it home.
Keenan Willard, WRAL News.
Ford is set to be sentenced on the gun charge in November. Despite his confession today, Ford still has to be tried in state court for the charges of shooting the deputy. That trial is set for early next year.